was tough. Heavy G tryna boom in the cut. Gang always down when it comes to the blitz. Money ski mask, please don't trip. Tell you why I get back ever since. Tell you why I get back ever since. Like money, you doing too much. I'm like fucking.
What's going on with you? We got a whole new segment with you. It's your boy, your mama server, aka the G next door, aka your mama server, aka the boy with a lot of AKAs.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You wanna shout yourself out, Mikey? What's up, G? What's up, child? You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna have a whole different segment. It's gonna be a chill one. We're gonna sit back, talk some shit, have different stories that we had in the past. We're just talking chill about the world's still going to shit. I'm pretty sure y'all see that. Hey, what's your thoughts on the whole YNW Melly case?
So, like, I really feel like Buddy, I don't know if he's trying to go the insanity route with it, with the stuff in the courtroom, with the shit he was like kissing and blowing to the people and shit. Like, that was wild, first off.
Oh, yeah.
That was mad wild. And then, like, secondly, his defense attorney looked crazy as hell. I know you seen the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
But even outside of that, though, like, I really feel like this nigga might, I'm not saying he gonna get off, but he might not get discharged.
He might not get the death penalty.
He might not.
That's how I feel, because some of the things that, like, even though his lawyers look crazy as hell, yeah, like, they real shit been holding so much evidence that they had against him, just to, like, wait for the right moments. They've been so far, like, turning that shit around. Like, for instance, now they're turning it around. They turned it around so much to where I think Bortland had now took the stand. It's gonna take the stand. So that's the worst part. When your shit starts to go right like that, and then your main partner or some shit that you did the dirt with, motherfuckers gonna testify. Damn.
But you know what though? The other thing I saw in the Melly case is the fact that they can't really place him at
the crime scene. They only place him Bortland because of gunpowder and shit on his hand.
But he came to the hospital. That's what he said. He came to the hospital and he had gunpowder residue on him. And he had changed his clothes. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know who really telling the truth or who not. But Buddy definitely did something though.
I know, something's up. Something's definitely up. Everybody know that for a public fact.
Like I don't know what he did, but
something did something.
He did something, bro.
But it's crazy because of how big he got in such a quick span.
You know, that was like in that SoundCloud little thing.
Like, yeah, like I think it was a little bit after, wasn't it? It was a little bit afterwards. This is like
not far afterwards, because it was just like all of a sudden it was just like boom.
Like, real talk, if he do, that first day out gonna be nuts.
He gonna be back in jail though.
Hater alert! Hater alert! Hater alert!
Who's the thought?
After you get to a certain point, I'm not saying you gotta forget about people, but sometimes you gotta just love them with this, leave people where they at to some degree, and try to help them get to where you going. And if they not going the same direction, that's cool. They can still catch up. You ain't gotta be no dick and I don't know nobody, but sometimes some people it's like, look, bro, I'm over here doing this, man, but I'm gonna holler at y'all. I still fuck with y'all, but I can't be gonna stuff y'all on.
Type shit. But I feel like a lot of people would just get. And I say don't do this real shit. Don't be that person that gets peer pressure. All because you feel like they getting the clout or they getting the money or whatever the fuck they doing. If you know damn well that karma gonna bite your ass in the ass, bro, don't do it. It ain't gonna be worth it. Everything comes back around in a circle. So don't feel like you gotta do it just to impress the next man. Be your own man and set us.
Cause you really don't know what people be doing to get whatever you're doing.
Real shit. They can tell you one thing. They can tell you one thing and then that shit can end up a whole different way.
Like I done met so many females that have told me some shit about what they was doing. Like, man, this one chick I used to know. Her dad was a heart surgeon, bro.
Damn.
She was going to who was it? Spelman?
Yeah.
And she had a G-Wagon. That's the mom. She was dope. Anyways, though, just the lifestyle that she was living. I'm just telling you that to set you up.
Right.
So she graduates, or actually she didn't even graduate. Her parents ended up kicking her out because she ends up just like fucking up. She was going to Princeton, and then she got kicked out of Princeton for her grades. And so she came to Spelman as like the get your grades back up shit. And then you can go back to Princeton.
What the fuck?
Type shit. This is really smart though. But exactly, that makes it even worse.
And
anyways, though, so like one day she calls me, she's like, Monty, I really need you to like help me out. And I'm like, oh, what's up? And she was like, oh, well, I'm having this party, whatever the case is, but it's gonna be at the 12 at Atlantic Station. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like trying to find parking, and she's like, yeah, she's like, I'm gonna have to move this car out, and then you can bring your car in. So she pulls out. It was basically one level below a Maybach, like big body S-Class, like with all the shit, like all the shit.
Yeah.
Sitting nasty, like on the rims too. I'm just like, this isn't yours. What are you doing?
Right.
So she parks it outside of the gate, and she brings mine in. So we go upstairs, and she's going upstairs. She's like, yeah. She was like, I just need to blow out some steam. She's like, there's a dude I'm talking to. He's like, I feel like he's like always watching me. And she's like, I just want to rebel. This is a black girl too, like.
Nigga, what?
Bitch was in Vogue for real. Bitch was in Vogue for real, like no lie.
Tell me last time she want to rebel, but this don't even stop.
What
was the nigga? Drug dealer, pimp, what?
So come to find out, so we, I didn't even know all this was really how deep it really went.
Type shit.
So we was over there, and somebody spilled a drink, I guess, on the balcony. You know, it's like concrete over the case is, but like it was that view that you see every bitch take from Atlantic Station. That one with the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're here.
When you see the city behind you, and the varsity's right. Yeah, that one. So somebody spilled like some red Kool-Aid type shit down there.
Yeah.
And so that night she called me, and she's like, my cousin ended up passing out over there. He's like passing out on the rug. She calls me the next day, and she's like, hey, your cousin's still here. And I was just like, what?
Wrong as hell. Get your ass up, nigga.
I thought he had been left, because I told him I was leaving. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave in a minute. And she's like, do you know anything that's in it that can get this up? I was like, what are you talking about? So the red, it basically stained the concrete. So it was like a red, like, and Buddy, come to find out, he was on the board for the 12 Hotel, and he lived there. That was his actual, like, condo that he owned. And then come to find out, like, he had basically had this bitch locked up in the fucking condo for, like, weeks, like, off of the simple fact that, like, he had some blackmail shit on her. But if you would have seen her on Instagram or anything like that, it just looked like this bitch was just, like,
living life. Yo, what? That's fucking wild.
What's crazy is her brother. Her dad literally like, and this nigga had the fucking body and everything for high school. He was a running back. He was like 5'6", 5'7", like 185, like pure solid. Like, nigga ended up going to Georgia Tech. He went to Georgia Tech. I don't know how he fucked up. He did some stupid shit. He did some like over here shooting a gun type shit, or having a gun type shit, and fucked the whole shit up.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
Full ride scholarship, everything, Georgia Tech, bro. Dad basically play football. Let's hope you make it to the league.
Do a nigga make it to the league?
I don't know what this nigga does though.
Man, that makes me so mad.
You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
That shit wild. You can learn a lot from this shit. Don't hang out with that dumbass crowd. They ain't coming, nigga. Fuck.
Yeah, right,
Nigga, damn, I feel like $10 off. Shit.
no pain, no gain, bitch. Fuck shit, nigga.
Damn. It's getting cold.
Fuck what?
The light going, it getting brighter in this bitch. Damn. What's like the worst haircut you had to sit and give? Like, because like the person just like would not sit still or something.
I'm trying to think, man. I think when it was like that Mohawk era, man, I hated that shit, man. I hated that shit.
Since you said that, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, shout out to this man, though. I'm gonna give it a sack. Shout out to this man. This man's been my barber since I was like, what, 6, 7?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
so like, and I'm 21 now. So, always been on my life giving me advice and keeping me out of trouble and making sure I've been doing good for all my life and shit for a good bit of it when times got rough. So, You know, we can never switch up on that, folks.
That's about positive role models.
You see what I'm saying? Like, anybody that take care of you, gotta take care of them regardless. At this point, I would just force this man to cut my hair because I really don't want nobody else to cut my hair. Other than Luke. Shout out Luke. That's like the only other person. But like this man right here, got me fucked up. I would tell this man to come out of retirement for anything. Real shit. But, yeah, bro.
How you feel about Buddy on OnlyFans and everything? His stepdad about to die or dead in a damn submarine. How do you feel about that?
Who?
The stepson. So what you heard about the submarine shit, right?
I saw it today, but I didn't motherfucking get a chance to look at it.
Oh, this is perfect. So basically, these niggas said they was gonna go down and go see
The Titanic.
the
right?
Titanic.
Okay.
So they said they were gonna go down there and go see it. So first off, the thing that they went down there in, the little submarine, is not a registered one to go down. All the ones that are registered to go down that far are registered. There's only 14 in the world.
Tell you chicks how deep it is and how like the pressure and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. So number one is it's not registered. Number two, the stuff that they put in it, or whatever the case is, it's only one 20-inch window on the front, right?
Yeah.
So you can't see anywhere else.
I was just about to see that.
You can't see anywhere else. They put something on the outside of it that was supposed to really be inside of it. And so because they put it outside of it, the signal when they put it in the water basically disappeared. Like I think like an hour after they went into the water. But the thing about it is, ask me how it's controlled.
Huh.
It's basically an old Nintendo 64 like controller that's attached to like basically the signal. They were supposed to put it inside the fucking submarine. They put it on the outside of it. So that's how it got lost. And then the thing about it all is that they only had enough oxygen, I think, for like 96 hours. But they think that it's possible that it went out of power and that they probably died like days ago. However, though, the other crazy part is they paid $250,000 a person to go down there.
Bro, what's really blowing my mind because I saw this, I sat there and because they posted image like footages of it because they got that signal back because they went down there and retrieved it.
But they got it?
Yeah, they did. So at the beginning, all you see is them like pulling up and they're just like, wow, this thing. You see the front of the ship and the front of the ship is fucking massive. Like I'm not gonna lie, like that ship is massive.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you sit there and you start to look at it, you just start to just think and you're just like, that looks like a small ass submarine to be all the way down that shit. Like that does not look like it's equipped for nothing. And like you can just tell, like the way they're just sitting in shit, it's like they're losing oxygen as it goes. Cause you're all, depending on how far they took and shit, like how long it was, they already had like what, probably an hour and a half, probably 2, with that shit. We're like just descending and trying to find it. So you got an hour and a half or 2 hours, just boom, no air bad.
Well, they had air, but it's just like
It's just decreasing at that
it's
point.
decreasing. But they were also saying that with the fact that if they lost, electricity or whatever the case is, that it's possible that the CO2 pumps that were pumping out the CO2 that they were breathing in, they already died.
Yeah, so they had raw air that's already been used.
Or the CO2 pressure just basically like imploded them.
Probably. Unless they report the autopsy, but depending on how bad it was, if like say, okay, for instance, if it was too much, like, okay, so say the CTO, like CO2 like gave out and shit, whatever was left in that submarine. Now, I ain't no fucking scientist. I ain't gonna lie, so don't quote me on this shit. But genuinely, if that shit gave out, and then now you gotta understand what the pressure that they're sitting at below sea level, that shit had to been like, once that tank gave out and once it was like the last little bit that just went in, it had to be like an instant lung just went from this had to go from here to real quick. Like instantly. And they had to sit there and just like, it had to be one of those type deals. Like there's, I ain't no other way I can think about it. I mean, I could be wrong.
We could all be wrong, who knows, but that shit is crazy. The fact Jump paid $250 to die. Can't.
Yeah.
I know somebody getting sued though. I know that much.
Oh, for sure. Because it was a 19-year-old, a 51-year-old, a 61-year-old, Yeah, that shit is crazy.
No, the thing is like, the question is if they knew that it wasn't registered, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and who allowed it still? Who still allowed it to go?
Well, I don't think there's really no restrictions on you going out to see it. You know what I'm saying?
But no,
At least I don't think.
There has to be restrictions on. There got to be restrictions on owning like a submarine that's not up to date, and depending on where you go.
I doubt it though, because I feel like they made like certain little shits where it's just like it's just a boat.
You gotta say, but it's a boat that like the military government used.
That it's not though. It wasn't. This is recreational. That's what I'm saying. Like on some recreational shit, like this ain't.
But I understand though, like to not have it like the equip like the same thing that has like a military shit. They're gonna have to like disable a lot of shit in order for like the people that have it.
But it's not like a F-18 or whatever they call it. It's not like a jet or some shit like that where it has like missile launchers and shit like that.
Type shit.
Yeah. Like that when it comes to that kind of stuff, that's like you having a T-Rex. Like on the road.
Oh, but think about the CIA. They're like, okay, say if they were on a stealth mission and they had a type of like submarine like that just to genuinely get intel.
I feel that, but like I think that comes down to
what's limited on the submarine.
I think that comes down to like your Coast Guard and all that stuff like that. Like if they came out there and they were like, "What are you doing?" Maybe that might be a situation. But I think that's like you said, military. But I think in this situation, I think that they have been doing this for a while, but I think
that's what I mean. That they had to get the authorization to go out there like that, but now it's gonna fall on who gave them the authorization to.
I don't know.
Because now if it was one of the people in the
or this might have been some one-off shit,
like type shit.
You know, but it was like, well, you know, we got it. We've been doing this other stuff. Shit, we can go.
That's what I'm saying. If somebody was like initiated and that was in the submarine and it was on them, I mean, then it's like
this was like pre-planned, bro. This is not
That's what I'm saying.
250K, you know, they had to have deposit and everything ready.
But what I'm saying is, if it was somebody so did anybody on that submarine own it?
I don't think anybody owned it, but one dude was a billionaire, so he could have easily owned it.
But okay, that's still not my answer though. No, so none of them were authorized to own it. So whoever was authorized to own it, if that man was not in that submarine whenever that shit like gave out the CO2 and they all just died, that person's gonna go through a lawsuit with the family, regardless if the family already knew that shit was not going to be registered, unless he got in documentation that it's not going to be safe, or he already signed legal waivers and all that shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's very possible that they all signed waivers
type shit,
and that it's just like, cause I'm thinking like as a billionaire, like
ain't no way you could just let that shit slide and have no type of like waivers and shit.
Yeah.
For this reason right here. Especially at those depths and those deeps. I'm sorry, but anything with a water, my nigga, I got the best insurance. Because if y'all dying on my watch, I'm sorry.
As a billionaire, do you care?
Hell yeah.
But for real though, do you really care? Because like think about it for real. I'm thinking don't think like as like how you think right now, like how you are as a person. I'm thinking like as a real billionaire, like you have billions and billions of dollars. You can do anything you fucking want to do. It does not matter. Do you really care that much about the insurance on like you going down there? Like if you just want to see it and you don't want to go through the red tape. Think about the people that went to what's it called Bezos. He went up to the fucking moon. He did that shit himself. That was like some like, yo, ain't nobody else built no rocket and sent it up.
I mean, yeah, for sure, but like
on their own.
But like think about it like this. Now, am I a billionaire that got it from like estates, assets, like, or am I a billionaire that got it from like, you know?
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like
that kind of judges though, because if I have assets, I have agencies, I got companies. If this falls on me, I don't want nothing to be on tarnishing my name, because yeah, that can be bad, but then that's gonna be fucking up for my business long term. I'm trying to keep that shit going.
It's really only those people on that boat though.
Type shit.
Really and truly, and they were all had to be like multi-millionaires, if not billionaires. All
one was 19 year old, so it had to be like a kid.
No, but one of them was a son.
That's the 19 year old.
That was 19 year old. But he was, bro. You paid me and you go on a trip, and I paid $500,000 for us to go see the Titanic. I mean, you paid me and my son. Nigga, you paying for you and your son to go?
Nigga, I'm not
$500,000.
Nigga, we can get a drone and fly that bitch down into the ocean.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not going
but think about how rich you are to be able to just be like, let's do it.
I'm sorry.
Come on, like
slowly came to the camera on 3. 1, 2, 3. That's just some white people shit I won't do. Hey. All respect. But like, nah, I just couldn't do it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I'm not saying to go do it. I'm just saying like to have that kind of money and to go do it. That was some shit where I feel like they wanted to go do that and that they were like, we don't want to go through no red tape.
Yeah.
And we gonna do this.
Yeah, and they didn't want to go through the actual shit.
Yeah.
The OSHA approved shit that needed to actually happen. Yeah, like, that's what had to have. Like, there's no way. Like, no.
And they already talking about, I think this Sunday, they already got the damn documentary.
Netflix?
I think it's gonna be on CBS. So they already got the documentary. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, bro.
I ain't gonna
They
lie.
did that yesterday. That was before these niggas died.
Nah, it's been under the. No, it's just had to be under the blanket.
No, nigga.
Bro, what? No, ain't no way. Nah, that's kind of fishy. Ain't no way they're gonna have a documentary like.
Bro, they already had it ready, bro.
Like, ain't no way they're gonna be like, hey. No, I had to do like a documentary that they were playing just to see the Titanic all over again to see like what valuable.
Somebody leaked something. You know what? To be honest with you.
Oh my God, it's making more sense. Yo, I'm so sorry, bro. It's making more sense. I saw a TikTok today and it was one of those things where it was like, I'm drunk.